Hello, and welcome to another DVD and film bloke video. This is something which I haven't done for a very long time, and that is actually a review. This was just one I decided to randomly do, but well, these films are in recent memory, so I will review the first two Child's Play movies today or tonight, depending on when you watch it, on DVD and film bloke. Okay, so I'm back now. I hope you don't mind that style I'm doing, of putting the intro sequence, having a bit at the beginning and then just going to the intro into that. But anyway, I'm going to be reviewing both the first two Child's Play movies. Right before I get to the main review, I just wanted to show off the covers first. Here is the cover for the first Child's Play. Starring Catherine Hicks and Chris Sheridan. Child's Play in blood red writing. There's a picture of Chucky right there, which is a painting of him holding a knife. The original disguise, the best original, because that's what it says. Nobody's noticed that yet. The fact that it says original, not original. Anyway, 1515. This is a slight reprinting. The original cover had more of the American style cover on it. This is a lot more of a much more better cover, in my opinion. MGM, Child's Play, 1515. This is the only one which is actually owned by MGM. The rest of them are Universal. I do not know why. Age-old teen roller coaster ride. There's a picture on the back of Andy's mum tackling the doll. I'm not going to bother reading the blurb on the back. Actually, I think I will. The chills come thick and fast as voodoo and terror meet with an innocent-looking doll inhabited by soul of a serial killer who isn't ready to die. From the director of Fright Night comes a clever, playful, and stylish thriller with excellent special effects and heart-pounding suspense, guaranteed to scare. After 6-year-old Andy Barclay's Alex Vincent babysitter is violently pushed out of a window to her death, nobody believes him when he says Chucky, his new birthday doll, did it, until things start to go terribly dead wrong. And when the excusing rampage of gruesome murders leaves a detective, Chris Sheridan, backed with the same toy, he discovers that the real terror is just begun, and a deranged doll has plans to transfer his evil spirit into a living human being, young Andy. So yeah, this is an easier method to describe the plot, by the way. But yeah, there's all the stuff and contains strong language and horror. And inside, there's the disc. For some reason, no title on the disc. UK rating, Irish rating, and 12 rating. There's a picture of Chucky right there. You can tell the fact that in the film, they used two versions of Chucky. They used an animatronic version, which is an amazing animatronic, by the way. Good job to the people who made it. And for some of the scenes, they used a live-action human. And in some of the scenes, and this is an example, it sticks out like a sore thumb, because that's, because you can see the fact that he's taller and got the big cheesy grin, and that one's the animatronic one, almost painting the animatronic one. So I will close that up, and now moving on to Child's Play 2. Here's the front cover. Child's Play 2, picture Chucky with the scissors and the Jack-in-the-Box, which I actually love this cover. I think probably the one that actually lets it down was Child's Play 3, actually, because that had a really quite naff cover. But anyway, Look Out Jack, Chucky's back. This Universal one, 15. This is actually a very early DVD release. For some reason, they've recently re-released this. I've noticed in HMV they've put this out with a limited edition slipcover, the dark one. If only I'd gotten it when it had that slipcover, because that would have been awesome. Universal, same picture, Child's Play 2, 15 is the back, again, 50, and I'll read the blurb. Chucky's back, the notorious killer doll, with a satanic smile, comes back to life in a new chapter, depicting the terrible struggle between young Andy Barkley, Alex Vincent, and the demonic doll attempting to possess his soul. Despite being roasted to a crisp in his last escapade. For some reason they've left this, for some reason I might put that as a spoiler warning actually, since they blatantly spoilt it on the first one on the back. Well, I suppose it does give a bit of context, but come on, no one's going to watch a sequel unless they've watched the first one. Chucky rises from the ashes after being reconstructed by a toy factory to despise the negative publicity surrounding the doll. Back in one piece, Chucky tracks his prey to a foster home, where the chase begins again in this frightish, clever sequel to an enormously popular original. There's this one's got no bonus features on it. This one has on it the trailer. There's the technical things, if you're into that kind of stuff. And here is the disc inside. Same cover art, 1515, Child's Play 2, and very small writing. And so now to my overall thoughts and opinions on these movies. They're very mixed in terms of their opinions from people, but I personally love them. I'm not seeing Child's Play 3 yet, and I don't think I ever will do, because that looks like absolute shite. I believe it's supposed to be absolute shite. But let's get to my full opinions. So the first Child's Play, I think it's a good, strong movie. There are a few things that let it down, though. Like, probably the biggest part is probably young Alex Vincent, bless him. His acting wasn't at top notch in it. I think that's probably the one good thing about Child's Play 2 is the fact that his acting improved in that one. But they're not the biggest problems in the world, but it's just one of those things where you just get really quite annoyed with him per se. We can't really blame him, because he's only 6 or so when he did the filming, and come on, he was forced to say the line, "Aunt Maggie's a real bitch and got what she deserved." So that kind of tells you something, doesn't it? When he's a 6-year-old boy and he has to say that line. I wouldn't find it scary per se, but well, it does seem a bit more atmospheric. For some reason, it's just one of those films where it's set up to be really, really good, but of course, halfway through the film, it kind of falls to pieces slightly. But one of my gripes with it is the fact that near the beginning of the film, Chucky, who is the doll in it, remains elusive in it. You don't know whether he's alive, but they kind of do ruin that with the beginning, because you should know the plotting of Child's Play. If not, what rock have you been living under? Because it was released in 1988. But you can blatantly see the Charles Lee Ray, who was the soul, who put his soul into Chucky, basically. You can blatantly see at the beginning of it him transferring his soul into the doll, but he does try to I would say kind of pulls a Buzz Lightyear-esque thing where he doesn't accept the fact that it could be actually more of an excuse for it, because he wants to not be caught in that. But it kind of does spoil it later on when the mother tries to force the doll to talk after realizing that the doll can talk without batteries in, and she holds it up to a fire, and the doll says one of the funniest lines in cinema history. I'm not going to say it, and I don't think I'll show you the clip, but yeah, shut up you. But you should have seen the film by now, and I'm pretty sure everybody's pointed out that scene. For things I do like about it, the rest of the acting is great. Catherine Hicks does a good performance as the mother, and actually I do like Chucky a lot. He's quite a good character actually. He's not one dimensional. He's not really evil per se, because he doesn't really have that big of a body count. But he's just so brutal in that. In it, well, of course, he's not just like a generic slasher villain. Who just kills anybody he fancies. He's got one particular goal: get his soul into Andy, and he'll kill anybody who gets in his way. That actually does work for his character. And so he doesn't have a chance of human that. The animatronics in it are really good. For some of the scenes, they did improve the animatronics later on, but the first one's quite good as well. I think that this is one of the people who did the animatronics first films. So yes, it's a good film, Child's Play. It does have a few minor flaws with it, and I'm trying to think of more positive things to say about it now. Actually, but there are a few questions that I brought up, like there's actually seen it where Chucky kills one of his criminal mates who betrayed him by filling his house up with from the stove, but technically it only took about 5 minutes for it to fill the entire house. And how in God's name is a single gunshot wound gonna make an explosion? That just doesn't work. I'm trying to think of damn it, I'm trying to think of more positive to say about it. But overall, for some reason, you just need to watch it. Actually, it's very mixed. I know some people don't like it, some people do like it. I'm kind of on the ground of I do like it, but there are some questionable moments. Child's Play, I'm probably gonna give it maybe a 7.5. Yeah, that's 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5 there. It's a good film. It's got a lot of atmosphere at the beginning, but it kind of just falls a bit with some of the elements. Now on to Child's Play 2. It's a for some reason there's a lot of things I don't like about Child's Play 2, like the fact that they sent Andy's mum to a mental institution. For some reason, it's just one of those things that really annoys me about it, is the fact that the cops clearly witnessed the doll being alive at the ending of the first movie, and yet again they seem to think that it's just their imagination or something. What? Shouldn't they be in the mental asylum too? I don't know. And also, why the hell did they bring the doll back to life? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because, they should have just kept the doll dead. I would have left the doll dead. That would have destroyed the damn thing. But no, they had to be idiotic and bring it back. Well, it bit one of them in the ass, because at the beginning of it, which you may know, Chucky electrocutes one of the person trying to bring him back to life and that. It's not really spooky per se, because we all know Chucky's alive now, but it does, but it's an alright film. There are a few good moments, and there are a few questionable moments, like there's actually seen it where Chucky kills Andy's teacher, and he uses a ruler. Seriously, a ruler. He could have used like a knife or something, but instead he had to use a ruler. He's made of fiberglass. He's not going to be the strongest thing in the world, is he? But that's kind of the same problem with the first Child's Play. Is actually seen where Chucky tries to kill the cop in the back of the car, and yet again he somehow has the strength to force a knife through the back of a car seat. And I'm going, that's the first one, but that's just one scene in the first one which was really weird. was the fact that the cop was just driving faster. I mean, it would have been a lot more of a better alternative just to hit the brakes, and then it would have been much more decrease the chance of the dog actually killing you. But you're not gonna drive away from the back seat, you moron. I think it kind of worked better at the end of Child's Play 2 when the other than the teenager in the foster home, and when she tries to save Andy, and you come and you know Chucky's forcing to drive and she actually does do what the police officer should have done. That's hit the brakes. That's one thing that actually did work in it. But for Child's Play 2, the main good thing about it is actually Alex Vincent in it. I complained about his performance in the first film, but in this one he actually did feel a lot more solid. Of course, he did do a couple of other films before Child's Play 2, and you know can be kind of developed being an actor. And this would be technically the last one he did, with the exception of Cursed Chucky later on. But in Child's Play 3, they replaced him with a completely different kid, who even though it came out a year apart, context is about 8 years or so. For some reason, it's just one of those. But I do think Child's Play 2 is alright. Not as good as the first one, and I think I might give that one a 6 point. No, I'll just give that one a 6 actually. I would actually recommend it. Now remember, this rating, it's not the most accurate ratings, so it's easy just to look somewhere else for some other more confident reviews of them. But those are my personal opinions, and don't think that six equals crap, because I mean it's alright. I mean I know because I mean I hear everything is discussed the topic about the fact that people don't know how to use a rating system, because they think that anything everything under 8 is absolute crap. Personally, I kind of disagree on that, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please request me to review some more DVDs, and I will see you all next time.